I want to particularly focus in one area of my remarks on the great tragedy of the collapse of lifelong learning provision. The number of publicly funded qualifications started by adults has declined by 70% since the early 2000s, dropping from nearly 5.5 million qualifications to 1.5 million qualifications by 2020. Those are Institute for Fiscal Studies figures. And essentially what's left is extremely narrow range of courses focused particularly on education for jobs that might exist at this particular moment. The total spend on adult education and apprenticeships combined will be 25% lower in 2024-25 than in 2010-11. And one of the ways in which we utterly failed to value skills is we've failed to value the people who teach the skills. And I'm going to look at just one UCU survey out last year. Among further education college staff, 77% say the quality of work has increased significantly in the past 3 years. More than 4 in 10 say their workload is unmanageable. Those who provide education and skills training need to be valued as essential workers, paid and treated accordingly, and that is not what is happening now. And if the Nobel Lord Lord Patton wants to look at why productivity might be low, exhaustion, overwork, and lack of being valued and treated well may well be factors in that figure. Even when a Green government has introduced a wonderful education system and a lifelong learning system, there will never be enough skills. We need to think about where the skills are going. We have an oversized financial sector that employs 9 million people, that swallows up many of our physics and maths graduates, many other people with key levels of skills. We need to think about where those people could be better used for the state of our society, for the future resilience and well-being of all of us. And I also want to just briefly note that we need to acknowledge skills that have been acquired through experience. We need to stop talking about unskilled jobs. Many of the jobs that people do on the minimum wage are really difficult jobs, and they have to learn to do them. And we need to acknowledge them, and the pay levels and the respect needs to acknowledge those. I'm going to finish by reflecting on a young woman I met in the Northeast recently. In her mid-20s, she'd spent a decade caring for her father with a horrible degenerative disease. She's a NEET, not in education, employment or training. She has learnt so much, has so many skills, but she doesn't have a lot of confidence because society has not valued what she's done. And we need to value skills that particularly women have acquired through care and acknowledge them when they seek to enter the labour market.